check 1. On the below part of the machines, 3 wear parts are present. We need to check the status of the wear plate, the front wear plate, and of the slide rail. Check 2. We verify the status of the oil tube. We check and fill up the oil tank and possibly verify the seal of the plug. For this machine, lubrication is vital. Next, we can check the locking for the swivel mechanism. The optimum tension is higher than the one of a standard chainsaw, roughly 1 to 2 millimeters between chain and blade, while pulling the latter. If it is too loose, using the spanner included within the machine, slightly unscrew the cover nut and adjust the tension via the chain tensioner, accessible through a hole in the cover. When we're done, we tighten the cover nut. Check 3. We remove the nut and the cover. Then, we can remove the blade from its seat. To make it easier, we can release the tension of the chain. The machine requires regular cleaning. We recommend to clean it at least once per day, or better every time we finished working with it. Using compressed air is a good solution. Next, we can check the status of the chain toothing. On the blade, there is the oil hole. It is indispensable to keep it clean so that lubrication can flow freely. If material got stuck in it, we can clean it using pressure air, or if it's very stubborn, with a small piece of metal, for example a paper clip. The blade itself must be checked. Here we have an example of a completely worn blade. Normally, the blade loses its black color upon use, but if there are burnout color marks on it, it must be replaced. And this is a clear indication that lubrication, for some reason, was not there. It is also very important to check the parallelism of the chain guides. If those are open, the blade must be changed. Also, remember to clean the blade regularly. Check 4. To mount everything back, we assemble the chain to the blade. The blade is double-sided. We recommend to switch side after 2 chains are worn out, and then to change it completely after 1 more chain. When mounting the blade on the machine, we must check the orientation of the chain. Arrows on the chain and a clear indication on the gear head help us understand the right side. Putting the blade and chain on the machine, it's easier if the swivel mechanism is some 30 degrees rotated. If necessary, we can loose a little bit more the tensioner to let us slide the chain in. Once the blade and chain are in position, we tighten this last one so that it doesn't slide out from the pinion with too much ease. We then mount the cover, fixing it with his nut. Before tightening, we finish regulating the chain tension to his optimum. Only then, we secure the nut. We also recommend to let the machine run idle for at least 30 seconds before each use, to check that oil is actually gushing from the rotating blade, for example running it above a paper or a rag. Check 5. After some working time, the play between the blade and the gear head could become too big. If that's the case, once again we open the cover blade. On the gear head, we find a tightening ring. To reduce the play of the blade, we must tighten it clockwise. We check the blade has been reduced, we mount back the cover, and finally we perform a verify with the machine complete mounted.